Our
It is.
motto is, we're going to answer your call. If we don't answer your call, we'll call you back. And if we can't do it or we're too busy, we're gonna pass it on to somebody that we know and trust.
Welcome to my channel. After 27 years of exploring the open road full time in my RV, I'm here to share the wisdom and experiences that I've gathered along the way to help you thrive in your own adventures. Come on in. Hello, I'm Danny. Welcome to my channel. This is Van Solo, and if you're a solo RVing human out there on the road, this is the channel for you. Today I've got a great guest. We're going to get right into it, and you'll be so excited to hear what she's got to say. And without further ado, I'm going to move her in. This is Lori Arndt, and Lori, is your name Lori Arndt Stallings or Lori Arndt? Which do you go by?
It's by Lori Arndt.
Okay.
I am married, but I don't use a hyphenated really. So.
Okay. So Lori Arndt, and Lori is an RV service tech. And I'm not even going any further than that because I'm like a dummy when it comes to these things. So I'm going to let her explain what she does and who she is. So go ahead, take her away.
Well,
Who
first of
are
all,
you,
thank you,
Lori?
Danny. I greatly appreciate you giving me this opportunity. My name's Lori. I am a brand new service tech. A recent graduate for the NRVTA Academy in Athens. Not only am I a certified tech, I'm certified in generators and solar. I know enough to be dangerous, but that's always good. And then I'm also an inspector. A lot of people don't think about inspecting their new purchases, whether it's brand new off the lot or a used one. So I'm currently in Mesa, Arizona, getting ready to travel down to South Padre, Texas. But I go all over. But just try to help people out. If I'm not in your area, I have no problem answering questions, those kind of things, if I can help you out.
You know, what you said is really important about checking your RV before you buy it. Um, I was an RV salesperson for a while, and some of the ones that came in directly from the manufacturers were in terrible shape. They would have things like that power outlets would be hanging out, and there would be big holes and gaps places, and those are the new ones. And the old ones, oh no, water. People didn't know how to look for a water leak or how to look for, a soft spot in the floor or things like that. Those are things that an RV tech can really help you out. So that's a great service to offer.
Most definitely. I mean, I got into this because I travel with my spouse, and you know, we were taken advantage of multiple times by other techs. I'm not knocking anybody because one or two bad techs don't make us all bad, but being two women traveling together, people will kind of think, well, we don't know anything. So, and they were right, we didn't know. But I'm a U.S. Navy veteran. I was a Seavey, so I knew construction. You know, and it's really not much difference here except for the electrical system, kind of like inverters, converters, and stuff like that. Those two words used to scare the heck out of me until I got some training. So you're right. You don't know what to look for. I mean, even with an inspection, I mean, a personal experience of mine. I mean, you're talking about RVs coming out of the manufacturer, even used. I bought a used rig in Oregon, and I didn't really notice that that was delaminated and stuff and the bubbles. I listened to the salesperson and I seen things. And if I would have known then what I know now, man, I am so mad. But what happened is that the manufacturer actually did not attach the back wall to the frame. And so I got very fortunate. Um, I got just a few months ago, I was taking it from Colorado and my back wall blew out. And I was like, I was so mad at my son. I thought, oh my God, he didn't caulk the top, he didn't seal it right. And I felt so bad, but come to find out, he did everything he was supposed to do. It just, the manufacturer didn't. And that is something, though, that even if you do have an inspection, you can't see what's behind the walls, but you can notice things like if it's starting to bubble off and stuff like that. That's the moisture, the bond's not there anymore. And that's water, that might be shifting of the of your, the side walls, the back walls. So, those are things that I wish I would have known then, but I didn't. But
Well,
going forward,
water damage is, you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
top of the top 10, I think. I had a little trailer that I found out, I lived in it for 2 years and found out that the shower drain wasn't connected to anything. So it was just running underneath on the floor and just rotted the whole bottom of my trailer out. But it
Oh, yeah,
didn't,
you don't know.
they didn't connect it.
No,
Anyway.
and that happens a lot. Sadly, and they always joke about, I didn't understand until I went to training. If you can look on a date, they can tell the manufacturer date. You say, well, you don't want to buy one on Monday or on Friday, because people don't want to be at work on Mondays because they still want to be on the weekend. And then on Fridays, they're like, they're ready for the weekend. So, it's just unfortunately, things happen. I mean, and not all manufacturers are bad, I mean, we had some really good solid things out there. You know, COVID kind of hurt because we couldn't get the parts and stuff like that, but, I think we're weeding through the manufacturers, they went through. That's a good thing about it though. Manufacturers are, so, backing up the products and stuff like that. So those are your resources also.
So, so let's see, how do you get your business? I mean, it sounds like you're traveling all over. And do people call you? Is there a we'll put all your information up at the end of this, but how do you mostly get contacted?
Well, right now, one of the great things about graduating from the academy in Athens is they have a website for that's like a tech locator or an inspector locator. I can give you the website. I'll have to pull it up. I don't have it by heart. Sorry about that. But so we get an opportunity that we can put our pins to wherever we're going to be at, and we could do like 100-mile radius or something like
Oh,
that.
that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also have my truck is wrapped. I don't know how if I can share a picture with you later on or something, but
What's the
um,
name of your company? We didn't do that.
my company is RV Service Monkeys. I'm actually part of a franchise. I went to school with a gentleman named Frank, and him and his wife. Um, they have a truck. They wrapped it up. I mean, it's so cute. I mean, it's RV Service Monkeys because think about it. Parents are setting up at a campground. They don't pay attention, but kids do. So this truck is set up. The kids are the first ones a lot of times to notice it. It's kind of fun. But they asked me to come on, so I am actually the first franchisee owner. So
Cool. So it's just
that's
just
what we're
the
doing.
startup. Yeah.
We're just starting up. We're brand new. I mean, we're so excited for opportunities and stuff like that. And like I said, I'm getting ready to go back down to South Padre because it's so busy. I mean, RV mobile techs and actually reputable ones are so hard to find.
Mm-hmm.
You know, our
It is.
motto is, we're going to answer your call. If we don't answer your call, we'll call you back. And if we can't do it or we're too busy, we have a list of people. We do get on our NRVT website and find people. We team up with other certified and insured technicians. So if we can't take care of it, and we're too busy. We're gonna pass it on to somebody that we know and trust. So
Oh,
that's the
that's
difference
awesome.
there. Yeah. So we out or something like that. But if you want to deal with us, hey, we'll more than welcome that. But we just bottom line is we want to make sure you guys are safe. We want to provide top notch service for you, because you asked how we get our business. I mean, I've only been in here in where I'm staying at in Mesa just a short time, but I'm already starting to get little referrals because, that's what's a better way of getting business than a referral, right? You did sales, so you know how it
Yeah.
is. So you always
Yeah.
got to promote yourself. We do have a website, and and all that. And then we have it's what is it? I will get you the number for it since it's like later on. Can I add that later?
You
Or
bet. You bet. So what makes Service Monkeys unique?
what makes us unique? Well, I think the uniqueness is just that, we answer the phone, we call you back. If we can't fix it, we're going to find you somebody that can fix it. Say if you have a slide out right now, I don't have the capabilities to do that, but I'm not going to go and say, "Hey, I got this," when I don't. Um, I guess, and I'm not saying that other techs don't have it. We have a lot of integrity because word of mouth goes a long ways for us. So we're here to help you.
So you went to the RVIA school. How long did that
Interview.
take you?
I was there from September till the end of November. It's a 5-week course. So you can go to fundamentals if you just want to do fundamentals, and then you can take a test and become registered, or you continue on your education. I mean, it's hand-on and it's really intense. We learn about refrigerators, the absorption and the refrigerators and those kind of things. We have air conditioners, furnaces, hot
All
water
those things that
tanks.
go out on you. Yeah.
Yeah, structure. Yeah, yeah. So uh we get some really intense training, and I got to tell you, I'm not here to promote them or anything. I don't work for them, but they give you a solid foundation, to get started into your business. And they're very smart. I mean, they got some really good instructors there and student aides. So, I was very blessed.
So you
You
guys
know.
just started this company, this franchise company.
hmm
Are you looking for other franchisees?
Oh, absolutely. We want to, like, I have well, my son, for one, he's actually going to come on and be my first employee or partner.
Oh, cool.
And then he's got people as we're going to grow. So yeah, most definitely we were looking to build our business, to build our brand out there. We want to be nationwide. I know, like, this summer I'm going to be spring and summer I'll be up in the corner of Pennsylvania, New York, and New Jersey. So, we're going to start getting established there. So, yeah, we're definitely looking for people. And if it's something like we don't have a problem bringing people in as apprentice, and then see if this is something that they want to try, you
That's
know.
awesome. Yeah, that's really awesome. Particularly for a young person that wants to get into a business and, um,
hmm
of their own, but it's not super expensive, and that would be great.
And another opportunity, if you're a veteran is also the NRVTA. Reach out to them because they do offer, the VA pays for them. So if you have GI bills and stuff like that, or if you're a disabled vet, they'll pay for it. So I mean, you have to work out with your service officer and that, but it doesn't hurt to ask because if you can go and get trained. I mean, what's a better opportunity than get out as a veteran? I'm, like I said, I'm a vet and I love veteran-owned businesses and very proud. So,
And I met so many vets traveling on the road. I mean,
Mhm.
they're out there everywhere, probably more than anybody. I think they enjoy the freedom of it. They've been
They do,
traveling, they
and then,
understand it.
yeah, the traveling. Yes, ma'am. The traveling, and you have a sense, pride already serving your country, and you have a lot, you take that oath. So to me, I carry that out over with, like, my business, my business practices and stuff like that, because y- I am RV Service Monkeys. I'm the face of that company.
Right.
Just like when I put that uniform on, I am a U.S. Navy, you know, CB. So that was like, I carry that pride with me.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, so we have some I went and asked on a site what questions that people would have for a tech, and I got a whole list. I mean, I got a whole list. There's no way in the world that we can answer anything like that today. But I have a couple. And did I give you a couple of questions ahead of time?
You gave me some, and it's like I figured, I kind of looked at them and stuff like that, but there's I figure, I went over them. I had some ideas and some of the answers and stuff like that. I mean, we can answer a few questions, but I think if we continue this, hopefully we'll get to chit chat again and stuff, and we can, we can give you helicopter answers, and then maybe we can dive down into some more specifics if that's good
Yeah,
with you.
that would be great. That would be great. Yeah. What did I give you? I have the list, but I forgot which ones I sent to you. So go ahead, just free form it here, and tell
Well,
me
I know
what
part.
you think people need to know. What's the first thing people need to know? Say I'm brand new. I bought this RV, and now what do I do? Or
What do
maybe
you do?
before I bought it, what's the inspection look like?
Well, first of all, I mean, what I would do is make sure you research. If you find something that you like, don't be so excited and don't get so fixated on one of them, because say you find like I live in a 2017 Cougar, right? And I love this layout, but they're all over the United States. So don't get fixated on just one that you find, right? So say you find one that you like and you see that there's some issues with it, get online. There's RV Trader, there's all these other places that have the same model. Do your homework. Don't buy one like I did, like the one I did in Oregon, because I really wanted one and I liked it. And don't get fixated and don't look over the obvious. Okay, there's plenty of them out there. Um, don't feel pressured either. Don't let them pressure into something. And if you're going to buy, I always say, brand new or even used, especially used ones, look at the tires. Okay, most people forget about the tires. You can pull off that lot and get down the road once it's gone and you have a blowout, and it happens, you know. Um, look at the tires, look for any telltale signs, like if you go on the inside and maybe you see a little warping in the adhesive or the walls.
Or
Make sure you
stain?
touch everything. And I'm going to tell you, one of the places you get a lot of water damage at, and we don't, is pull that furniture out away from the slides. And where they butt up together, step on it, put some pressure on it. Because you know what? A lot of times that water comes down and does cause damage on those slide outs along the seams and stuff like that in the flooring. We don't think about those kind of things. You know, um, Definitely make sure you get up on the roof. And I mean, if you don't want to climb up on the ladder, bring a, have them get a ladder. And if you don't want to do these things yourself, get a certified technician and inspector to come in. It's worth the money. I mean, to spend a few hundred or whatever kind of inspection, it depends on what level you do, versus thousands of dollars down the road that's not going to be covered because you don't have a warranty or anything like that. I personally, I'm not advertising either. If you can, I always get an extended warranty. People think they're a waste of money, but to me, and even in the RV I'm at right now, they didn't have the slide out rollers underneath, so that whole wall busted on me. Thank God I had a warranty. Cost me a deductible 250, but the repair was over $8,000. So,
Oh,
you
wow.
know, yeah. So, that's personal choice, but I'm just talking about personal experiences, stuff like that. But yes, water damage, look for those signs, check your tires, make sure they give you good batteries. Check your dates on your cylinders for your propane. I mean, I know some of
And
these
people
things
don't know
sound
how to
common.
do any of that. And so you're going to, in the next time we do this, you're going to show us how to do all of those things, I hope. Because
Yes, yes.
that's a big
I'd be
list
more than
of
happy
stuff.
to.
And I know that when I was new, if you'd have run off the list of check your tires, I'd say, well, those look good. And off
Yeah.
I'd go. And now I've learned that whenever I buy a new rig, I don't care what they say, I change out the tires.
Well, yeah, you don't always have to, but there's a DOT and a date. I mean, there's a timestamp in it, and I will be more than happy to go over that with you. Um, but don't get overwhelmed. It seems like a whole big list, but really, think about when you buy a new car or you go and you buy a house. You get a home inspection. Why not get an RV inspection?
And people think it's cost prohibitive. You're spending a lot of money for this rig, and an inspection comparatively is really small. What kind of range are we looking at for an RV tech to come and inspect?
Well, it just depends because if the minimum one sometimes is $300, we can go all the way up to like 1,600, but it depends on what you're looking for. If you're driving a Class A or C or drivable, yours is going to be a little bit more because you're going to check the fluids, all those kind of things. You want to make sure. So it depends on what kind of a rig you're getting. You know, but it's in the long run, if that saves you thousands of dollars, you're beneficial. And a lot of um, a lot of the dealerships, they have no problem with the the inspectors coming in and doing that because if you get a reputable inspector, they're not working against the dealership. You know, they're working because they want to maintain their reputation too. So you're there representing the buyer, but the dealership will fix the problems, and also, the manufacturers, because, reputation is everything. It starts at the factory all the way down to, those of us doing the inspection. So,
I found a lot of help from the manufacturers. They're
mhm,
almost always willing to help out somehow. Sometimes they do a discount or, um,
mhm,
you know, pay for whatever was wrong
yeah,
with that's not even covered. But they like
yeah,
to keep their reputation. Yeah,
they do. Yeah.
yeah,
So you
super.
also
Well,
had
let's
asked
see.
how you'd asked something about, I forget I'm about to look it up for the weight, how to increase, oh goodness, what was that question? Could you mind if I look it up real quick?
No,
Yeah,
I
these
I
are real,
remember. I
these are
think I
real.
remember that. Is it what?
How to increase payload.
I
And
know, and I thought that was a funny question, but I thought that maybe you should answer that because I know what they're getting at, but I think that maybe they need a little education here.
okay, well, here's the deal. You can't increase payload. Okay. And yeah, you can add airbags, you can add bigger tires, and those are all great safety, help you with your ride and all that. But you have to go by what the sticker says by the manufacturer. Okay. They're going to tell you how many pounds you can have, how much of your tongue weight you can have, and stuff like that.
And
And
where
if
are
you
those
exceed
stickers?
those, well, they vary. If you go most fifth wheels or trailers, they're on the side. Usually, if you're like looking at it, it'll be on the right hand side of the street side, as they say. Like if you drive down the road, those are there. Sometimes they're up in the cabinets, or they can be on the door. If you're doing a drivable, like a Class A or something, they're usually next to the driver's seat. And if you don't know, call, talk to them. But if you exceed those, uh, and insurance finds out sometimes they don't have to, it's a safety issue. So follow that. Don't There's no tricks out there to increase it. you know there are proper ways to load your trailers up and all that to prevent sway and stuff, but you want to stay within your limitations because, like I said, I read that as like, no, you can't. Now the airbags, yeah, they'll help you with your sag on your truck and give you a better ride, but it's not going to increase the amount that you can carry, because it's safety first. You might be able to pull it, but nobody's to say that you're not going to be able to get it stopped, because stopping is the most important. If
Right.
you have too much weight, think about it, all that weight behind you. So, so my recommendation is stay within the specifications. Ultimately it's your decision, but, the numbers are there for a reason, and safety
Well,
first.
I always tell people if you're just staying in one place or you're going to 5 miles down the road to the local campground and back, and that's what you're doing with your RV, you have a piece of property that, you know, you take it to or something like that, and it's flat, that's different than dragging it up over the Cascades or the Rocky Mountains or something. You you can the you could maybe get away with that little 5-mile trip being overloaded, but you don't want to go very far with
Yep.
too much weight in there. Yeah.
No, you don't, because you could bust your springs. I mean, these springs, I mean, one thing to look at is, like, they always, you want your springs underneath, when you're driving, always look like it's smiling. That means that they're doing their job. But if you see them sagging or bent like that, I
Oh,
mean,
that's
you're overweight.
I never thought about that. That's interesting. You know what? I think people, when they're born and raised on the east side of the country, um, they don't realize what it's like in the west. The mountains, and they say, oh, we have mountains, which is the Blue Mountains and Appalachia and stuff
Blue
like
Ridge.
that. And that's not a mountain, that's a hill. You know, you come
Well, I'm
into
from
these,
Kansas, so that's a mountain.
yeah, you come into these big mountains in the over the Rockies, and that's serious. And it's also interesting. Can you talk a little bit about, I don't even know if that's still a thing with motorhomes, but I was in the Canadian Rockies, which were even bigger than the ones down here. And I my I got to the top and I stopped, and I couldn't get started again because we were in such high elevation that my engine wasn't getting airlocked, or not. I'm
Hmm.
not even exactly sure the words for it, but it took a while for me to be able to get my RV back down the hill because of the elevation.
Yeah, that actually, I'm not a pro at that, but I could, when I was in the Rocky Mountains, that happened to my truck. That happened to
Yeah.
my diesel, because the elevation up there, it does. And I mean, we were just up going through the park, and mine was just bogging out. And I have a brand new pickup, and it's like, never had a problem. But you're going up this 10,000, 12,000 elevation, and it
I don't know.
does
Is
hamper
it not
you.
getting enough oxygen, or is it, do you know what
That's
that
what
is?
they were telling me. That's what they were telling me, is it just bogged it down because the elevation and that and the fuel or something. I mean, don't quote me, but that's what happened to my truck. But
Yeah.
I got up the hill, but I didn't have a load behind me, or I wasn't in that. So, and I could only imagine. I was telling the people in my truck, I said, "Thank God we don't have our fifth wheel on here," because I would have been just like you and not made it. And those are things that we don't think about. And I can do some
No.
more research on it, but yeah.
Yeah, for next time, and we'll answer that better, because
Mm.
I know it happened to me a couple of times when I was up high. Of course, my motorhome was older, and I don't know if it matters if you're diesel or if you're gas or what. But
Yeah. Well, I'm going to check that out. I'm making notes right here for our next conversation. Like I said, if I don't know, I have resources. So,
that's true. That's true. Okay, so let's tell the folks what we would like to talk about next time, so they can be, if they're interested. And at some point, I would like to go live so we could get live questions. Maybe once a month
sure,
we can
sure.
go live, and people
Yeah,
could
let me
ask
get a
us
little
questions.
acclimated. Let me get
Yeah,
acclimated to you and stuff like
we'll
that,
do
because
about three
I was a little
times
nervous.
this time, and then maybe the fourth time we'll do it live. That would be fun.
Sure, sure.
Okay, this has really been great. It's lots of fun meeting you and getting to know who you are and what you do and all that kind of stuff. And we're going to continue this. So next week, we're going to have, I think we've decided on mice, how to keep them out and how to block where they are, and a general day-to-day maintenance on your RVs. So people, look, if you're looking forward to that kind of information, be sure to join us here, and we'll make sure that you have the time and stuff. Everything will be down below. Also, all Lori's information on how to contact her, and any questions that you might have for next time, you can post under the video, but all her information will be in the description below. So we'll just go ahead and do this. This has been great, Lori. Thank you so much for doing this. I'm just so excited to get this going with you. And let's just travel on.
All right, Danny, thank you so much. And I hope I was able to answer some questions.
Yeah, great. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.